It is a huge pleasure to welcome Peter Hadfield, also known as Potholer 54, to the show. He has, over the past number of years, produced some of the finest videos, in my view, that have appeared on YouTube. His series, The History of the Universe Made Easy, I think is absolutely outstanding. If you haven't seen it, you should do, and I will include links when these are this video is subsequently posted onto YouTube to that series if you haven't seen it. He's also been responsible for the Golden Crocoduck Awards that I think are now in the third and fourth year, which are again incredibly wonderful and entertaining. The reason I think that they are so wonderful is partly because he was born and brought up in England, which means he's obviously got an incredible sense of humour. And secondly, because he has had a very distinguished career in journalism and broadcasting. So, one final thing, to give you an idea of just how awesome Potholer is. If you look at the number of videos he's posted and then look at the number of views those videos have had, I'm not going to be so shabby to mention numbers, but he has had over 1.5 times per video views than even the awesome Aaron Ra, and he has had over 3.5 times on average the number of views that humble little me has had. Puts me in my place. Potholer, welcome to the show.
Switch on the microphone. Thank you very much indeed, Richard.
There are a number of issues, as I say, that I was going to mention to sort of like get the show started, so to speak. Firstly, as I say, it's Alan Turing's 100th birthday. That may be an issue that people would like to talk about. Secondly, there is the issue that has come up this week. Alexander An, an atheist in Indonesia, who has been sentenced to 2.5 years imprisonment for blasphemy for asking for evidence of God. Now, maybe that is an issue that people would like to talk about. But I'm going to kick off, if I may, Potholer, with you, and a discussion about Lord Monckton, but perhaps more broadly as well. Your videos are outstanding for some of the reasons I mentioned, but also because the research and the effort that you put into them is wonderful. I have seen very few occasions when anyone has come back to you and said, you've got something wrong. And when that has happened, on the few occasions it has, you've always been shown the decency and intellectual honesty to make a correction video. Dealing with this point of research and Lord Monckton, tell us about, well, in case anyone doesn't know, tell us who Lord Monckton is, what sort of material he is posting, and what sort of response you have made and the interactions between you.
Yes, he's well, I call him a British politician. He's the deputy leader of the UK Independence Party. People have questioned whether he really deserves the appellation politician, but I mean, that's what he is. He's also taken it upon himself to lecture around the world on the subject of climate change. And he's become very well known. A lot of people basically challenged me, I suppose you could use the word challenge, on my channel, and said, you know, you can debunk all these other people, but you can't debunk Lord Monckton. And one person said, look, I'll believe in what the scientists are saying when you can show me that Monckton is wrong. So I thought, well, okay, I took a look at some of his videos. And the amazing thing is that the best way to debunk anything is just to find out where someone's getting their information from, because it's a simple thing. Either the information is right or the information is wrong. And it was incredible that at the time, and this was before John Abraham had made his brilliant assessment of Monckton and done his website on it, no one had actually delved into Monckton's sources. And so I started checking the sources that he'd given. And when he didn't give them, I actually wrote to him very politely and said, could you tell me where this, and this comes from? And at first he was very helpful. He gave me some, and that was fine. And then he started getting a little bit evasive. And then when I pursued and wanted to find out the information, he then got rather agitated and a bit angry. But I did get the sources of him and discovered But most of his sources, he had either misinterpreted them, misquoted them, or his source was someone who had absolutely no knowledge in the subject at hand. So it was actually very easy to debunk him. And one of the things I say to people who some call denialists, I don't use the word denialist myself, I'm now calling them critics of climate science. The people who are critics of climate scientists, the one thing that they don't do is a very, very simple thing to do. I didn't really do anything extraordinary. If Monckton said he got this information from a paper, I looked up the paper and I checked it and discovered that he got it wrong. So I think this is something everyone can do. And I think the more we learn to do this, the more we can all become, our own debunkers of information. We can easily check this and debunk it ourselves.
I mean, well, this is one of the issues that we were discussing before the show, and I want to expand it amongst the other panelists as well. But it seems such an obvious thing. Where do you get this information from? How can we test it? Is it accurate or not?